Good. Craig?
I'm good.
It's Brian Oxman, O-X-M-A-N, right?
Correct.
B-R-I-A-N?
B-R-I-A-N.
You are an attorney representing the Jackson family in a civil matter.
I represented them for 23 years with 6 divorces in this family and doing the wrongful death lawsuit where Joe Jackson is the lead plaintiff.
Have you talked to them about their feelings about this whole proceeding? I mean, what kind of an effect is this having?
It's been a devastating effect on them. Latoya Jackson I talked to last night for 2.5 hours. She is not able really to express the hurt and the pain that she is feeling. Catherine Jackson has been crying most nights and even in the courtroom. And Joe Jackson, Michael's father, has just been so hurt by listening to all this. We had discussed it before, but never when you see it in the flesh like this, when the cold hard truth comes out, it hurts very bad.
If this is so painful for them, why are they here in court every day?
Well, I think Latoya said it best to me last night. She has to be here. She must be here for her brother, for her own self-feeling of respect, for telling the whole world that they loved Michael. Michael was more than just a singer, dancer, a superstar. To him and to them, they were family. They were brothers and sisters, and I think everyone can understand that.
Some of the questioning by Conrad Murray's attorneys hints that they might try to say that Michael Jackson could have given himself the lethal dose of Propofol. What does the family think of that?
This idea that Michael self-injected himself with the Propofol is a family. It's scientifically unsound. Propofol goes through a line which has about 10 milliliters of fluid, and to have to inject a whole syringe, he'd fall asleep within 5 to 10 seconds to do that. He never could have self-injected a full syringe. It also would have burned him so bad that he would have yanked the needle out of his leg. It is a fantasy to believe this.
And does the family feel that that Michael Jackson is being defamed, or potentially that he is potentially being defamed by this theory floating around?
We have talked about what court trials are all about, and that theories are floated out, and people make sometimes outlandish statements. You have to remember, I've been with this family 23 years and been in court with just about every single one of them. They know what happens in a court of law, so this is not surprising. This is not something which they even consider. What is hurting them so terribly is the evidence of the delay in calling 911. It's devastating to them. The fact that when the paramedic walked in and saw that Michael Jackson looked like a hospice patient, he was so emaciated and so ready to just pass away by being cared for as a hospice patient. That is devastating information. That's what really hurts.
I think you nailed it. Anything else you wanted to add?
I think that it's been a year and a half that we have had to wait for this evidence to come out. And it's not just Dr. Murray who was responsible for Michael Jackson's death. All the people around Michael saw that he looked like a hospice patient, but yet they did nothing. And they just fed him more drugs. This is terribly upsetting. Thank you, sir. I'm Brian Oxman. I've been an attorney for the Jacksons for 23 years. I'm Joe Jackson's attorney in a wrongful death lawsuit. B-R-I-A-N-O-X-M.
And what's the status of that? Does that all have to wait until after this?
Kill that light.
Does all of that have to wait until after this criminal action is over?
The civil lawsuits are going to have to await the conclusion of the criminal matter. You cannot force Dr. Murray to make statements in the civil court which would be against his Fifth Amendment rights. So we will just wait for the conclusion of the criminal proceedings, come what may.
But you can put him on the stand in a civil matter.
After the criminal matters have concluded and that there's no longer a Fifth Amendment issue at stake, then we would put Dr. Murray on the stand. Absolutely.
Okay. Can you tell us how you said earlier how the family feels there? You said one word.
I think devastated is the word. The family is just devastated. They are so upset by this, and the word is devastated.
They wanted to know, could you just turn around for one moment?
Sure.
So what happened today?
Today we had
No kidding.
Today we had testimony from Dr. Murray's girlfriend who received medications from Las Vegas from a pharmacy. She testified that she didn't know what was in the packages, although they said they were from a pharmacy. What in the world else would they have been except medications? They were brought in from out of state, and you cannot do that. You cannot use residence. The doctor must register with the Drug Enforcement Administration where it is that he is getting his medications from. That was not done here. It was sent to a girlfriend's address in Santa Monica. It's just not right.
And the family, how they feel now?
I think the word is devastated. They are so very upset by all this. We talk about the different theories that are floated out here and the cross-examinations. No. It's that there was a 22-minute delay in calling 911 that should have saved Michael Jackson. That when the paramedics walked in, that they saw that this man looked like a hospice patient who was so emaciated, so ready to just be left to die. This kind of information is devastating and it's so upsetting. It's reliving what happened a year and a half ago, only we relive it in the flesh, in the true sense of hard hitting as to what happened.
Didn't any of his family realize how bad it got as far as his physical well-being was?
I don't think anyone except the people who were around Michael Jackson realized what kind of condition he was in. And they saw it, they knew it. And the family did not know of this. We were not aware of it.
This will be up Monday.
They are flying some people in from out of state. We think it's from Houston. They're going to hear a lot of medical testimony about the nature of the autopsy that was done on Michael Jackson.
Spell your name for us.
Say again?
Say and spell your name for us.
I'm Brian Oxman, B-R-I-A-N-O-X-M-A-N. I've been with the Jackson family for 23 years. I did 6 divorces in this family, including Latoya's and Michael's, and I was Michael's attorney up in Santa Maria on the criminal case.
And are you still representing?
I'm representing Joe Jackson in the wrongful death lawsuit against Dr. Murray for the death of his son Michael.
Is there anything that we can talk about today that happened that we didn't ask you about?
There was testimony from the deputy assistant coroner about how the vials of Propofol were collected this afternoon. There were so many vials and so many bottles. 2 of the bottles of Propofol were empty. Oh my goodness, the quantity of drugs, the number of drugs that Michael Jackson received is just, it is astounding. There are more than 9 different drugs that were in his body when he passed away. We call it polypharmacy, many pharmaceuticals. And he died from not just the Propofol, but from all of these pharmaceuticals. It's heartbreaking.
Do you think that he was purposely drugged?
I think we have to wait till the evidence all comes out to see what the purpose is. There's a lot of questions as to who administered all these drugs. Was it Dr. Murray? Was it others? Wait for the evidence to come out before we make those conclusions.
How do you think it's going so far as the defense and the prosecution goes?
I think the prosecutor is doing an absolutely bang-up job, a good job. It is unlike other cases we've seen. We don't have any grandstanding in this case.
Right.
We don't have any effort to try and make absurd points in court. This is a good workmanlike job. I give it a grade of A on the prosecution.
What about the defense, sir? The defense's claim that he was referencing medication.
That he, what, the self-medication?
Yes.
The claim of self-medication is nonsensical. It is scientifically unsound. The line in which Michael Jackson had in his leg would hold 25 milligrams of Propofol, if anything. He could not have injected a full syringe in that leg through that line without falling asleep after 10 to 15 seconds. It's ridiculous. He could never have self-injected a full syringe. Also, propofol burns. If he had injected himself with just the slightest amount, the burning would have been so severe that he would have yanked the line right out of his leg. You have to have an anesthesia mixed with the propofol. And Michael Jackson did not mix an anesthesia with propofol and inject himself. That's nonsense.
Do you think that the children will be subpoenaed? The children? Do you think they'll be subpoenaed?
Not for the preliminary hearing. Not for the preliminary hearing.
Okay, thank you.
And sure he didn't know CPR then. What? Supposing he didn't know CPR. How did you think it went today?
I thought it was good. It looked like it was the prosecution's, case or something, because it was going towards everything that they said was going towards the prosecution, case. So, I thought it went very well. Yeah.
Thank you.
What's wrong, Pearl?
Well, interview.
So who are you with?
My name is financial.
We did a documentary. It's just there's all kinds of people that come in.
I know, but he asked me, and I said, yeah, that's the That's the I don't have to even try to see you Monday.
Okay.
I've been covering this trouble every single day inside. Out.
Also Santa Maria.
Outside in Santa Maria, I did a damn documentary in 2000.
Matter of fact, I did her first show, so
So
How do you think?
I think he looks guilty of sin right now. It looks pretty bad for Dr. Mary. I know, it was bad. It was horrible. He looks guilty of sin. That's a lot of I know. And
That doesn't look too good.
it looks horrible. Not only the
what doesn't look good?
Okay, my name is Perl Jr.
What was it that doesn't look good?
How are you doing? And you are?
I'm Perl Jr. with MichaelJacksonInsider.com. And it's been a week. And I know it's just the prosecution's case at this particular time, and they're putting it on, but I'm telling you, at this point, Dr. Murray looks guilty as sin at this particular point. Of course, you always have to hear both sides of every story. The defense does have an opportunity to present their case, but we're not sure if they're going to do that. We've heard reports that they're just going to let the prosecution, and they're not going to show their cards right now, so we don't know. We know that the defense right now is cross-examining, but it seems like they're not really into it too much. But right now, Dr. Murray, looks like a womanizer, has several girlfriends and a wife.
Who's he living with here?
7 children.
He's living with Nicole Alvarez at this particular time, the same woman he was staying with when he was Michael's personal physician, in which the crazy part is there's no contract signed, which I just don't understand. And
Did she have a child with Dr. Murray?
yes, Nicole Alvarez does have a child with Dr. Murray, but Dr. Murray also has 7 other children. Okay, 6 other children for a total of 7 children. So how a person like Dr. Murray, who doesn't know how to do CPR, how he even got the job of Michael Jackson's doctor, baffles me. Now, this is not a case of death hoax. This is not a case of conspiracy. It's not a case of murder. It's a case of, did Dr. Murray give Michael Jackson inappropriate drugs, and was he reckless in the way that he did it? And that's really what this preliminary hearing is focusing on. Nothing else. Nothing else.
Who of the family were there today?
It was Randy was there, Joe, Catherine, the family friend Majestic was there.
I love
Latoya?
Majestic.
Latoya was there.
Latoya was there also.
For the fans that don't know, who's Majestic?
Majestic is Joe's friend. He's Joe's friend.
And assistant.
Huh?
And his assistant, too.
And his assistant. I don't know if he's his assistant. I know he's
Well, that's what they always told me, that he was his assistant.
Yeah.
And he also is Catherine's friend, I guess. He lived with them for a while.
Yeah, I heard he lived with them for about Majestic lived with the Jacksons. This is what I heard for 11 years. So he is a longtime family friend. He's been a family friend for like 30 years. So he's like family.
It's cool how they're loyal like that.
Yeah, they are very, very loyal like that to people that they've known for a long time, yes.
Was it tough on the family today, do you think?
I'm sure every day is tough on the family. I'm sure every single day is tough on the family. And
It's not easy on the reporters either.
hi, Brian.
Yeah. All right. So,
I mean,
yeah.
he looks guilty as sin.
Yeah.
He is responsible. There's no question about it. Trouble is, I think that there's other people who are part of this, but Dr.
We're
Murray,
not talking about that now, but there are.
Yes,
There
Of
are.
course.
for this
There
hearing,
are.
Dr. Murray is responsible. There's no doubt about
What do you
it.
think about he doesn't know how to do CPR? What do you think about Dr. Murray not knowing how to give CPR? I mean, what
Okay,
is
and
that
then he
about?
says,
As a cardiologist, is that
then he says he was my friend and I never did.
It's like this. It hurts that he didn't know how to do CPR, but the fact of the matter is, the drugs were so powerful, I don't think it would have made a difference.
Well, the
But
girl
you're
said-
right, it hurts.
one of the witnesses did say that she overheard coughing.
Well, if he had life signs, see, the paramedics said he had no life signs
No, I'm
whatsoever.
talking about when he was on the phone at 11:51. Who he was talking to on the phone when he dropped the call. She said she heard commotion and
Michael was
coughing.
still breathing and coughing at that time, and Dr.
CPR
Murray
would help.
did not give CPR at that point, that's devastating.
Yes.
Yes,
She
it
said
is.
she heard coughing, and I thought that was a critical point. Heard coughing.
I'm going to go.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you, sir. Thank you. God bless you. God bless you. All right. Bye-bye.
Any new discoveries?
Oh, Lord Jesus. Huh? He said it's been devastating for the family. They've been, crying, and Mrs. Jackson's been crying, and Latoya's been very upset, and Joe's been very upset, But they feel like they just have to be here. They have to be here. Yeah. They have to be here to support Michael because they love Michael.
Anyway, where's Nikki? I gotta go find her.
Oh, Nikki? Is that her over? The girl right there?
Oh, right there it is.
Yeah. Are you guys walking to the parking lot now?
Yeah. Where's Sharon?
That's what I want to know.
Oh, she's over there.
Okay. All right.
All right.
Okay, will you